What's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. I got my man Thunderstruck on the channel, back on the channel. Thunder, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on, Ash.
No problem, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel back again. You are one of the hottest players in the game. In my mind right now, it is an absolute travesty that you are not on a CRL team. You're such an incredible player, and I know, like, dude, my Twitter feed is like, I feel like it's every day, all day. People are like, why is Thunderstruck not playing in CRL? But, dude, what is going on with you competitively, if not CRL right now?
Thanks for the kind words. Well, recently I qualified for WCG, I qualified for the European WCG. So I'll be flying in a few weeks to Athens to play against the other qualified top 8 in Europe. And then the top 2 in that fly to China, where the winner in China gets $50,000. So it might not be all too bad that I didn't get a CRL.
Yeah, right? Dude, we'll be pulling from you. We'll be pulling for you, man. Hope you get it, man. That 50K. What are you going to do with the 50K, dude?
Oh, I can imagine. After Red Bull, I didn't spend anything, and hopefully I'll be able to put it towards a house. That's always been my dream. So
awesome, man.
Probably a house.
Yeah, get a nice house in Scotland.
Yeah.
Best accent that I have on the channel, in my opinion. But I think I said that first time. Anyway, I'll stop groveling for a second. And the reason we have you on today is I recently had Rainbow on the channel going over like every popular meta deck for 2.6. Today we're going to do the same. I'm not going to make it like an hour and a half long, guys, so we might miss a couple decks out there, so I apologize. It won't be like every single deck that you could ever face in the arena, but we're going to try to cover like every most popular one that I see in the popularity thing on Stats Royale. Today's video is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Now, we all have our grooming routines, right? I'm a big believer that treating yourself well, taking care of yourself hygiene-wise, and even pampering yourself every now and then can lead to overall better mental and physical health. So for me, I'm one of those weirdos who actually showers at night, but I have my routine as well. So no matter what your routine, Dollar Shave Club has everything you need to look, smell, and feel your best. Right now, they have 3 awesome starter setups, right? So you can get a starter set for your hair, for your oral needs, or for your shaving needs. So let's take a look right now. I have a toothbrush, a shave butter, body cleanser, they got you covered. Daily face cleanser, sure, I probably need that. Some prep scrub, yes please. Post-shave dew, sign me up, Dollar Shave Club. Of course, the high quality razor in this plastic here, and then we have the razors in this nifty little box here. So here we go, my set of 4 razors. These are just in the startup kit, and there's more! It's the fluoride toothpaste, because what's a toothbrush without toothpaste? And boom, just like that, I just used all of their products because talking about it just wasn't enough. I had to give them a try, and suffice it to say, love the products, guys. So no better time than right now to sign up using the link in the description below. Remember, only $5 will get you started for startup kits, and then if you want more product, they'll come to you at regular size at regular price. So guys, thanks again to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring today's video. So let's go ahead and start out here. We have a lot to get to this episode. So do you want to start with a graveyard?
Yeah, sure. All right.
And we're going to play me, but we won't be playing me the entire time. We're going to try to finish off a Grand Challenge live. We're going to be playing me to fill in some of these gaps. And we're going to be showing some replays against good players from his recent 12-win Grand Challenge. So let's go ahead and start out here. Let's go with Builder Workshop. And so what is your strategy going to be with Log Bait against Graveyard?
So against Graveyards, I want to limit your value for your Graveyard pushes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing my Princess behind my King Turret, and that is going to snipe away at your Graveyard while I avoid giving you loads of poison value.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm giving you loads of tips ahead of time, so
I like it.
You better not use it against me.
I would never. Okay.
So you're playing quite the popular graveyard deck at the moment with Tornado, and this is a solid push by yourself.
A little bit bad on that poisoning there, but I had to eat that stupid Dark Prince charge. I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty even on damage. You're up a tiny bit.
A little late on that. Ooh, you son of a jackal.
Yeah, because I know your deck. I know you've got Tornado.
I had my NATO like already in position because I'm such a noob that I have to get it ready. Like, okay, I think I have it perfect. And then I was like, oh crap.
I was very tempted to say that I was gonna place it on the corner just for casting reasons, but then I decided I'm gonna let my ego take control.
You should.
I'm not gonna risk it.
You made the right decision, my friend.
Thank you.
So I obviously dropped a baby dragon there. Like, are you looking to talk a little bit about rocket strategy, right? Like, are you, would you ever use a rocket against like baby dragon if I cycled it in the other lane, for example?
If you cycled it in the other lane and it was double elixir, I probably would, but it's very tricky. Like, if I'm up in elixir, then it's more likely. There's lots of different variables.
Mm-hmm. So obviously you've hit me with 2 barrels in the safe spot in a row here, right?
Yeah,
and I can't lie. Now you're playing mental games with me, right? Because I'm like, okay, do I save the? You know what I'm saying? Do I save the? Yeah. So now I don't really know what to do. I guess I'll have to just poison this.
Fair enough. Then I'm gonna be quite aggressive. Oh, we didn't connect, but we might connect with this.
Man, so late on that tombstone.
My princess ends up retargeting onto your tower. Nice. Any bit of damage is really needed in this matchup.
Yeah. So use Inferno Tower. I know you have Rocket in hand, obviously, but I don't think you have. Okay.
I don't have the balls to play it.
This sucks, man. This sucks. You're too good! And every time, obviously, that you use a... Yeah.
If I was a little bit faster on those.
Doesn't matter, though, because I still used.
Mm-hmm. I'm very tempted to rocket it.
I know you are.
I'm always scared about my reaction time, though. If I miss it, that's me losing the game instantly. So.
I tried it! I tried! Damn it. Oh, man. That just really lost me the game there. Why did I try to get cute with the activation? I have no idea.
I got a load of hits with my goblins. You still got the activation, but I don't think it was worth it.
No, I don't think so either. And there it is. Now you can really... Yeah.
A slow death incoming.
Right?
Unless I choke.
Nah, I don't think you're gonna choke here, man. Ooh! No. Well played there. So now in hindsight there, besides my huge mistake with the trying to get cute on the NATO there, so what were you trying to, like, kind of give us a synopsis of that match and that matchup? Like, what did you do there that led you to success other than my mistakes?
I think that matchup had a lot of mind games in it. From the start, I identified your deck just from the first maybe 3 cards, and I knew you had Tornado, I knew you had Barbarian Barrel, and I knew for me to win, I had to avoid giving you too much value from my pushes.
Yeah, and I think you did a very good job of that, and you won the mind game, so GG's, man. Let's go into the next matchup.
Okay, right into another match.
All right, here we go.
This is quite fast.
This is for 12 wins here, and going with the Inferno Tower emote against Tim, the one best. Starts out with a Mega Minion and a Prince, so who knows what the deck could be. Maybe beat
this guy's the one best.
He's the one best, man. That's it.
I can't believe I'm playing against the one best. This is
the one
insane.
Best. It's redundant, but it's true, I guess, right? It's like he really wants to.
So he could be playing Golem here. And we get a strong connection out the gate. Only 40 seconds into a match, and we've already done over roughly 2,000 damage to his tower.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. And just an aggressive Goblin Barrel on the counterattack there. And it is a Golem deck, so you force a Night Witch out of him. Is it, against Golem here, are you looking in the first 2 minutes to put a lot of pressure on, or it could be like an unorthodox giant deck, but it's probably a Golem deck. But, yeah, are you looking to, so you're just looking to put as much damage on the board as you can the first 2 minutes and just keep the pressure up so we can't get like a big Golem push, right?
Yeah, definitely. Golem Golem will always want to build a massive giant push to break through your defense. And I'll pretend that was all calculated and I meant to do that. But we defend our princess.
It was calculated. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
That's why you're one of the best, man. Okay, so here we are, 25 seconds or so remaining in single elixir time. Obviously, you already have a beautiful damage lead, so you can really just defend here. But is it important to keep up the offensive throughout the match anyway?
Yeah, for sure. Even if I end up taking a tower on single elixir, I'll still be pressuring his other tower just to make sure he can't build up that giant push that we were talking about. Okay. And now he's in log rocket range, so I don't really need to focus on that tower at all. So I'm going to play my Dark Prince in the opposite lane.
Okay, and obviously he's trying to get a big golem push here going. So on defense again, are you going to... Oh, we'll see right now how you're going to handle this.
Yeah, for sure. Because I pressured the opposite lane when he was trying to build up a push, he doesn't have elixir to lightning. So I'm able to... Well, he does, but it's just super late.
Yeah. And you're able to defend very easily, yeah.
Now I should take the tower on the left, and I defend his push at the same time. If I don't take the tower, I'll at least force him to spend a lot of elixir.
More elixir, yeah. And look at guys, right now, 22 seconds left. The guy has one full elixir bar. There's no way he can win here. He doesn't have enough time.
Yeah, even if he played a golem at the bridge, and I did not defend it with anything, he would still not break through.
And that is textbook.
There's just no time left.
How to handle a golem
little
matchup.
Bit of BM, of course.
And
we get the 12-1.
Brings back bad memories. But
I'm sorry, viewers.
Nah, I'm curious, Thunderstruck. Just in hindsight, if you didn't get that early damage, would you have played that the same way though? Just aggressive in single elixir, and then keep the aggression up in double elixir on that tower, or?
In some ways, yes. Some ways, no. I played extra defensive that game after I got all that damage because I knew I only needed a small extra amount of chip to get that in spell range. And because of that, I could pressure the opposite tower, and even though I would have still done that if I didn't get all that damage, pressuring the opposite tower is definitely the way to go in this matchup, and I think I played it quite well.
Yeah, I think you played textbook there. Very, very well played, man. So I want to cover 2.6 or Hog Cycle in general, but because we're covering tournament level standard, because your account is free to play, I wanted to actually cover 2.8. Now, before we let's just go ahead and press play in 3, 2, 1, play, and then let's just pause at like 55 seconds. Because I just want to give a quick disclaimer. The reason I'm showing 2.8 here is because it's more difficult, I feel like, for Bait, because he has 3 small spells, and it's still a fast cycle deck. But I wanted to ask you, are there any major differences between 2.6 and 2.8?
Yeah, definitely. With 2.6, they don't really have any way to break through the Inferno Tower. As long as you keep up with their cycle, they'll, even if they fireball it with the Hog, they'll never break through. Whereas with this guy's deck, he has Earthquake, and Earthquake can destroy Inferno Tower easily. So it changes the matchup quite a lot.
I don't know how you beat this one. This has got to be one of the most difficult matchups, no?
Yeah. He definitely has a strong matchup.
All right, let's go ahead and press play in 3, 2, 1, and kind of just walk us through your mindset here and start with how you want to handle a Hog Cycle deck in general. Like, obviously, you just mentioned trying to outcycle with your Inferno Tower. What about offense?
Yeah, to break through here, I will want to be stacking up princesses, I think. I think that's how I play it, at least. Because princesses will really be... He has no big spell, so he won't really have much counters to princess. Like, Earthquake isn't able to kill it, Snowball isn't able to kill it. He doesn't really want to play Barbarian Barrow to kill it, so I keep my princess alive with the log there on his skeletons, and that forces him to eventually kill my princess, but I have another one straight away.
Now, if he sends in Hog, right, like this or 2.6, if they send in Hog, is it your goal to try to defend, if you know they don't have Log or whatever in cycle, to try to defend without Inferno Tower, or if you have it in hand, are you always just using Inferno Tower? Because obviously it's a negative trade for you.
I tend to switch it up quite a lot. If I feel like they're going to go for a prediction of Quick or something, I'll definitely switch from Inferno Tower. But if I feel like I can get away with defending with Goblin Gang Ice Spirit, and they're not going to snowball, then I'll definitely do that as well.
Okay, so here you're staying aggressive. Basically, is it after any time that he uses his win condition, as long as the elixir is relatively even, you're going with the Goblin Barrel?
Yeah. I also want to be super safe about stopping nearly all damage from the Hog, and so I'll be like over defending quite a lot just to stop any damage, because once he gets the damage advantage, he can just cycle Earthquakes and I'll have nothing.
Okay.
And I nearly get a few stabs there with my tricky Goblin Barrel, but no luck. I predict that he would play archers, but my log wasn't fast enough to kill them, so that's unfortunate, but it shouldn't be a problem.
So you send in the Ice Spirit there. I'm just kind of cycling here. I noticed that you're cycling a lot of Dark Princes in the back in the tower that you're going for. Is that just an obvious play to make when you don't have another obvious play, and you can potentially get a big offensive push from it?
It's one of the best passive plays here.
Yeah.
And I go super aggressive here. This is one of the few times I actually break through this match. My Spear Goblin ends up getting a load of damage on. I predict his Earthquake.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty sexy plays.
That was beautiful. So you delayed a bit on that Inferno Tower. You delayed quite a lot, actually. That was really well played. Now, talk about why you got aggressive there on that last push in the left, though. Like, why did you just rock? Because you just had the elixir lead and you felt like you could defend on the other end.
At this point, I have such a high damage advantage that I feel comfortable with just rocketing. If he gives me any rocket value, archers or anything, I was able to break through and that push probably like a minute ago at this point, because what I talked about at the start, the princess build-up, and eventually after however many minutes, you'll have enough value from those princesses where you'll be able to eventually either break through or rocket cycle, and we see that here.
That's exactly what happened. Wow, really, really well played. Again, a textbook match there against Hog Cycle, so well done, man.
Thanks.
All right, so we haven't been able to find a giant matchups here, so I'm going to play you with a giant triple spell deck with a double prince. Is that cool, Thunder?
Perfect.
All right, what's your favorite arena, my man?
Oh, I like PEKKA Arena, whichever one.
Dude, that's the best, man. We have the same taste in emotes.
Sure.
We have the same taste in arenas. This is awesome. All right, let's do this. And as we play this one again, just feel free to kind of walk through like where your head is at here in the matchup.
Okay, for sure.
First of all, what are like the fundamentals against a giant matchup that you want to be, looking out for?
Yeah. So against a giant matchup, it's nearly impossible for me to stop your ideal push, which is giant double prince, because you'll also have zap, and my Inferno Tower just doesn't have the time to kill all your massive tanks and massive damage. So I want to be pressuring, similar to Golem matchups, pressuring you to stop you from getting that ideal push.
Okay.
That's a good giant because I didn't have enough elixir to distract the Ewers immediately, and I had to over defend.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, I can already see how annoying this matchup is for you. Because it's like, I always have something, Yeah. And that's why, that's like the perils of bait right now, I feel like, like, it's weird. It's still, believe it or not, it's, according to Stats Royale, it's still the most popular deck overall on ladder.
Damn.
But, it's weird because there's never been more counters to the deck as well,
Yeah. 3 spell decks are more popular than ever, and these decks have Zap, Snowball, and a combination with Log or Barbarian Battle. And it can be very tricky for bait decks to break through, but I think the recent buff was just like the tipping point to make it properly viable.
Very nice Goblin Barrel there, by the way.
thank you.
Just knowing that I fireballed the princess, you knew that I didn't have any good answer in hand, and you basically had my cards counted. So I just dropped a I just dropped a giant in the back. Like, what's going through your head right now?
Because I had my princess already in that lane. Oh, god damn it, Dark Prince. And I didn't even see it, but I ended up getting a lot of damage on your left tower. Well, your right tower, my left tower.
Oh, yeah, I totally ignored that Goblin Barrel Fire Spirit trying to get, like, a big push through, and it absolutely didn't work at all. I figured, sometimes I figure against good players, best strategy is taking those big chances, but obviously it didn't work out for me.
My Dark Prince actually connected to your tower there, and the splash hit the fence. Yeah,
I didn't even notice that.
So your left tower is also quite low. So I can pressure like a madman, and you also don't have, well, you don't have log immediately and cycle.
So now we're kind of worried over here. I don't know if I should have. Okay, we'll see. Get a little bit of damage.
Oh, this is scary.
But the double prince push coming in here. I know you have rocket in hand, but you don't have enough elixir. But man, you just clean up defensively. Well played.
That went way better than I expected.
I don't know how you did that.
I got quite quiet there because I was really try-hard focusing. Oh, nice fireball.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm officially kind of worried. You can play Dark Prince in the back because you don't have, obviously, you can't rocket it, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Gonna do E-Wiz over here, gonna do this over here. I'm actually gonna do this over here. And gonna reload with one of these and over here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This for the Goblin Gang. Another one of these. Come on, get down. Oof, that zap took forever. Nice defense here on your part, though. Even though I get some damage there, it's still quite a...
Oh, I was terrified of that fence.
Yeah, I know, right?
If that fence connected, that's like 800 damage instantly off my top.
Dude, this match, bro!
This is exciting. You're playing well.
Thanks. Uh-oh. No, Dark Prince! No!
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. Dude, why? As soon as you said I was playing well!
I distracted you by complimenting you.
I knew it!
All part of the mind game.
You play well, though, like, you can see, so... I mean, that was kind of intense, because obviously it was a longer match, too, but, like, kind of in, now in hindsight here, why did you win other than that big push at the end there? Like, what were you doing strategically? How did you adjust throughout that match?
Yeah, so I was basically just defending and keeping up with your damage throughout that match up until the last push. The last push, from my counter push from your massive attack, I ended up having a lot of trips on board, and I used that to create a big push to outcycle your log, and then eventually I got that connection that won me the game.
Yeah, man, GG's.
GG.
Next up, we're going to cover Expo, and we're going to actually do Icepo, which is, I don't know, I feel like 2.9 and Icepo are like the same popularity right now. So let's watch in play, in 3, 2, 1, go. So on this matchup, again, you're at the top of the screen here. How are you handling Expo in general, and what are the differences between Icepo and 2.9?
Yeah, and this matchup, again, like all these other matchups, he has multiple small spells. He has Log and Tornado. So it's going to be very difficult for me to actually break through with my Goblin Barrel. And how I'll be defending Expo is with my Dark Prince and Rocket and Inferno Tower.
So you rocket that Expo right away. Why?
Just because if I don't rocket it, then I'm forced to give him insane value. Like, I'll have to play Dark Prince, and then the Expo will kill that easy. And then I'll have to play Goblin Gang, and then it just continues. And I don't want that snowball effect of him just being in control of the match.
Okay, I got you.
A few months ago, remember Expo got a small buff to its HP. And that really affected its interaction with Rocket. Now rocketing an Expo leaves the Expo still at 10 HP, and that 10 HP can get an insane amount of damage on your tower. So Rocket is no longer a viable, well, favorable counter to Expo.
Okay, so how do you get around that? Because he doesn't
have log.
Like when you rocket the Expo, okay, yeah.
That's why I'll be using my Inferno Tower a lot more often to try and kill it. I'll also be going for predictive logs on his skeletons, and I'll be using the Dark Prince to tank for the Expo as well. I get a decent connection there.
Yeah, and it was all because you knew he had NATO, and you knew he had a tornado, so you went in with the Goblin Gang at the bridge and the Goblin Barrel, so he could activate King Tower, but he couldn't prevent any damage.
Yeah, I wanted him to make a choice of either activate the King Tower and take a lot of damage, or take a lot of damage and not activate the King Tower.
Yeah.
So I end up getting a lot of damage there.
And this time you're getting a little tiny bit of more chip damage here. So, and against this matchup too, he also has Rocket. So is it a game at the end of the day against Icepo specifically that you're just trying to get more damage than he can so you can Rocket Cycle before he can at the end?
Yeah, that's something I always have to be careful about in this matchup. If he ends up getting a good amount of defensive expos and becomes in control of the game, he'll then start just Rocket Cycling. And if I continue, if I keep up with his rocket cycles with my own rocket cycles, then he'll just play an offensive expo, and then that could, like, I could lose the game just there. And I keep on breaking through just with tiny bits of chip damage, and I'm in spell range to kill him now. So I just have to cycle. Oh, I play this super safe because I don't want to risk it, so I just rocket it anyway because I know it won't be enough.
Very smart there. I like that. I like that decision there, and it just, you know, even in a vacuum, it's just because he can't spell cycle you, you know, you can, and then you get back to rocket, and there it is. Well played. And didn't want to risk it. Nice. All right, now it's that time of the video, man, where I play against you with LavaLoon. You ready?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So what's your strategy against LavaLoon here?
For LavaLoon, what I'm gonna be doing is I need to get a lot of value from my Inferno Tower.
So how do you do that?
Properly, strongly kill your air troops. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'll be using, maybe I shouldn't be telling you, but I'll be using my princess to predict your minions at the river and stuff, just to defend my lava hand. No, my Inferno Tower.
Okay.
I'll also be using Rocket to kill your balloon in tight situations. It won't be ideal, but it's likely I use it. Ooh, nice. We kill a few of those cards.
Yeah, that was sucked.
And already we get quite a lot of damage in the first minute.
Yeah. Are you trying to, like, go same lane or opposite lane, or does it not matter at all? Like, with bait decks? Like, is that something that you think about?
Versus LavaLoon?
Yeah.
I'll definitely try and go opposite lane if I have the choice, but, like, if you started playing the same lane as me just there, I wouldn't switch. I'd just commit. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Just the princesses predicting your minions, and then that rocket.
Man,
it's very frustrating.
That's very frustrating for me. Yeah. Not cool, man.
I'm sorry. And we get 3 stabs there with the goblins.
Do you feel like this is an easy matchup for you, or just do I suck? or a little bit of both?
I think I have matchup, so don't worry about it.
Well, thanks for saying that, Thunder. Appreciate it.
You can pay me later.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. You don't have much good answers to my Golden Barrel, so every time I play it, I get so much value. It's very difficult for you.
And now 48 seconds already left, and you're pretty much in like rocket spell range here.
Yeah, only need to cycle a few logs and I'll be rocket ready. Okay, now I'm gonna pressure you the opposite lane because you just played Lava Hound and I know you're low on elixir and I can do a lot of damage.
Not cool, man.
I'm sorry.
That was really well played though, too, because like
Thank
you're absolutely right. I couldn't. That ruined everything I had.
Oh, the princess hits all of those lava pops, and we end up defending fine.
Yep.
I didn't have to play rocket there, which is always nice. Yeah, and all we need to do is rocket now, and then that's GG.
Man, you made it look so easy. Well played. Wow. GG's. And yeah, like I felt like for me on offense, I couldn't even break through because you had like the one time I tried to get a big push going, you had rocket, and I just had no good responses for your constant kind of assault of goblin barrels throughout that match and the opposite pressure. That was really effective.
Even though this deck only really has Inferno Tower to kill air troops, it's still super strong. Yeah, because you can. The big takeaway for me there was not just the predictive princesses in the Inferno Tower, but also just the opposite lane pressure. Like I couldn't. I needed to build a huge push, but I couldn't afford getting both of my towers down. So that was really effective. All right, now let's go to the minor poison one, which is a really difficult deck that's going around. Let's press play in 3, 2, 1, go. Against a really good player too. So this seems to be another. It feels like every matchup is like this is another difficult matchup because they have a million spells. So what is your philosophy here against minor controller, minor poison? Yeah, for sure this is a difficult matchup. He has, not only does he have 3 spells, including 2 counters to my Goblin Barrel, he also has poison, and poison gets so much value, but especially in combination with minor. It's very difficult for me to defend his push. So how I'll be defending is I'll be using Ice Spirit and Dark Prince as a combination, because if I play an Ice Spirit and then Dark Prince, he's not able to stop me from defending his minor whatsoever. I'm not able to pull it off there, but from now on I'll be aiming to do that.
Okay, so in this matchup you are saving Dark Prince and Ice Spirit for every minor?
Sometimes, because this deck has Inferno Tower and Rocket, it's sometimes pretty awkward to cycle, so I will be playing Dark Prince like there, even though it was quite an unfortunate mistake. But
yep. So here early on, he's kind of playing passively.
Yeah. How I'll break through will be... I have no idea how I break through.
I don't even know how I break through. Well, in your mind, are you just... Okay, well, here we go.
It's extremely hard to break through in this matchup because he has Prince for my Dark Prince, and then he has counters for everything else in my deck.
Yeah. So in a matchup like this that's seemingly impossible, are you just waiting for them to make a mistake?
Yeah, pretty much. In a matchup like this, even if you play perfect, if they play perfect, they will always win. So you have to force them to make mistakes, put them into tricky situations, and I think that's what I did. So right here, I outcycle his Barbarian Barrel, but he has Snowball still, so he still defends it, and I don't think he gets any damage at all on his tower. He also played another Barbarian Barrel to kill my princess, so I'm able to pressure again, but he has Snowball.
Jeez, how do you
win this? Yeah. Here I'm predict his bats with my princess, and small plays like that is how you're gonna have to win this matchup. You're not gonna win this matchup just by playing normally. You have to make some crazy plays and get lucky.
So generally speaking, when you have with any deck, in your opinion, like obviously you're a very versatile pro player. So with any deck that you're playing, if you go against the ultimate hard counter deck, which is this deck in this scenario, your strategy is just to be a little bit more aggressive or unorthodox, like, because you have to be.
Yeah, I try and be a little bit more crazy when I know either I have a bad matchup or I'm losing by quite a lot. Like, if I'm losing by quite a lot, I'm fine with making some risky plays that have the opportunity to win me a match, just because I'm so desperate in that situation.
Sure.
I give him way too much poison value here, but it shouldn't be a problem. And you can see we're slowly getting chip damage on his tower. I don't quite know how, but
well, it's like those goblins. Yeah. When he has to snowball, they connect for like 100 damage every time, you know, and it's just adding up slowly but surely.
I go for another predict here. It worked twice before, but he finally catches on to what I'm doing, so he defends.
So now he's going in with more aggressive poisons and with the miner every time. Of course, 1 minute into overtime here.
And you can look at my hand and see how awkward it is for me to defend all those pushes. And I connect with, I think that was 6 goblin hits, which is really massive. For the first time in this game, I'm up in damage. And he keeps something his barbarian barrel defensively like that. And I think that is the main reason I won.
When he's using the bar barrel defensively?
I mean, versus the princess.
I got you. Yeah. So he's probably thinking, and I assume a lot of people do this too, because like again, like he's a good player. But I think that people probably assume like, listen, I've got snowball, I've got bats, and I've got, you know, whatever. Like he has a lot of answers to your goblin barrel. He has bar barrel too, so I can afford to take care of this annoying princess and then just use snowball. But it ends up costing him then.
Yep.
Very well played.
Thank you.
All right, it's come time to do some Royal Giant, Thunder. You ready? I think you said you had like a Royal Giant matchup, but I want to play you live again, and I think you said that they made like a ton of mistakes, which I probably will too, right? So
don't worry about it.
Break down Royal Giant.
So Royal Giant is quite a tricky matchup. So you have a good shot.
Okay.
The furnace is super hard for me to kill. I don't have poison or much good answers to furnace. So what you'll want to do is you can stack furnaces and then try and break through that way just by overwhelming me eventually. Okay.
Thank you for giving me a tip.
No problem. I'm rooting for you. Okay, phew. I was scared that princess would die.
Come on, get through, get through, get through! Oh my god, not cool, not cool.
I got super lucky there.
That was awful. I was getting too cute with trying to defend Princess with a furnace.
Because of that princess buff there, those
fire spirits
didn't break through. Yeah. Oh, oops. No problem. Damn, you've done a load of damage. And so have I? Nope.
So have I! You still have I still feel like you have a pretty sizable elixir lead on me, though.
Don't worry about it. Maybe we can make something happen with this push. You defend very well. Yeah, well played.
Yeah. Alright, so I haven't even used the Royal Giant, mainly because of your pressure on me, you know? I think there's one thing that I've taken away so far for this video, it's like, oh my gosh, you really do play very aggressive with bait. Not you in general, I just mean
especially. Yeah. Oh, close one. And we finally see the
we finally see the big fella.
Oh, nice.
I see what you're talking about.
We're both quite quiet here. Focusing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Both on try hard mode.
Exactly. Alright, let's go let that go there.
I'm gonna have to make something happen.
That was an awful play on my part.
You didn't have elixir to lightning.
To lightning, yeah.
Well, at least, yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I give you a good lightning die.
Yeah,
that should have.
I thought Princess was actually on my screen. It looked like it might have been right out of range, but apparently.
So close.
This is a tricky one for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because especially this version of the deck, because it's like, what do you? Ooh.
At least against the guard version. Oh.
Ooh,
maybe
you got me.
I got insanely lucky.
Oh, you got me.
GG.
Well played, man. Well played. Ah, geez, that last push. I don't know what I did wrong there at the very end, except for not having bar barrel and cycle. I guess you cycled so quickly to another gob barrel.
Yeah.
And I guess that's that could be the difference, right?
Yeah, for sure. Your deck is very heavy, so you have to cycle a lot of 4-cost cards, 3-cost cards to get to your goblin barrel. So I can out-cycle it, no problem.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. Let's go to the next one. Now we're going to cover PEKKA Bridge Spam. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So in this matchup here, how do you feel about this one with lightning in it? Because he has lightning for Inferno Tower. So what are you trying to do this time?
Yeah, in this matchup, I'm going to be wanting to stop him from getting crazy lightning value. And that lightning value could be on like my tower, my princess, my Inferno Tower. So I'm going to be trying to play to avoid him from doing that.
Okay. And does that mean you're placing high Inferno Towers, or does it mean you're just spacing out so you can only hit your Inferno Tower?
Yeah, pretty much. That's a kill play idea right there. If you place your goblin gang like that against baby dragon, the goblins will split up in a way that the baby dragon takes 4 hits to kill the goblin, just like the normal goblins from the goblin gang.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. I'll have to go rewind when I'm editing and check it out. My viewers have the luxury of being able to rewind. I do not, so here we go. So as far as offense against PEKKA, you're basically going to be I mean, he has a huge elixir lead right now, so what's going through your head right now?
Yeah, with log baits, a thing you'll find very regularly is you'll be down in elixir nearly the whole game.
Okay.
But what you want to be is up in damage the whole game, ideally at least. Okay. And that's a trade for... Whereas Golem is like the exact opposite. You always want to be up in elixir, but... Well, you don't want to be down in damage, but you find that you will be down in damage very regularly. And he overcommits with the lightning here, and this is a misclick.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Meant to be,
okay. So
that was meant to be a Dark Prince.
Okay, and then you were gonna try to do a Dark Prince in Goblin Barrel there?
Yeah.
Okay. So
unfortunate, but
it's a good opportunity though for me to ask you, how often, if ever, do you use an emergency defensive Goblin Barrel?
I think I used it one time this gun challenge actually.
Okay.
Maybe even this match. I can't remember. I could see myself using it to defend a PEKKA if I don't have Goblin Gang in cycle. But other than that, for 3 elixir, and it has a slower deploy time than normal goblins. It's not ideal. I'll only be using it when I'm in a tricky situation for sure. And I continue to just get small bits of chip damage on his tower, and he's struggling to break through because I always pressure him when he's trying to build a push. Like right now, look how much damage I pressured on the right tower while he was pushing. Yeah. Because of that, it's very hard for him to build a push. Yeah.
in this matchup especially, I've noticed that you're playing a lot of, like, you mount most of your offenses, like almost all of your offenses, like you kind of mentioned earlier, when you don't have 10 elixir. Like, it's not like, again, the opposite of a Golem deck. So is that how you find just in bait in general? Like, are you mostly just playing from 6 elixir or whatever, or, you know, whatever it is?
Yeah, definitely. There's lots of amazing players that are like very fast in playing, so they'll always play like just as they get the elixir. My brain doesn't work that fast, but I try.
Okay, but it's really noteworthy though. So I get it. So you're just it's with a bait deck. I love the way you put it. It's just the opposite of a Golem deck, where you don't want to take any damage and you're not trying to build an elixir lead. You're trying to be aggressive and set the tempo.
Yep, definitely.
All right, man. Well, we covered a ton of matchups there. Thunder, thank you so much for coming back on the channel, dude. Any shout-outs, anything that we need to know about you before we let you go today?
Well, shout out to my Twitter at Thunder Royale. Shout out to all my teammates at Cream, and special shout out to Josie. He helped me with some log bait tips for this video, and I think I pulled it off quite well.
Awesome, man. I think so, too. It was a very, very informative video. And again, guys, there'll be timestamps for all of the decks that we faced today in the pinned comment and in the description below. So, Thunder, thanks again for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, Ash.
No problem. All right, guys, that is going to do it. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. And, guys, check out the, again, the timestamps in the description below. Thunder's player stats, thanks to statsroyale.com, and his Twitter link, as he mentioned, all in the show notes below for you guys. And a huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out Bren's information as well. Guys, thanks for watching. And, as always, take care, guys.